Hi, Living It Out team. Welcome to a new approach that I'm going to try and see if this helps or works for us. And along with the outline, I wanted to include a video. So we're trying all sorts of new things. Thank you so much for being a part of the team. And if we had a chance to see each other last Thursday, it was so much fun to get together and spend time with each of you. And if you missed it, we missed you. And I know you've been working diligently to get caught up, and I'm so appreciative for that. I wanted to talk a little bit about this series and where we are going to sit this week. I sort of feel like with this new format that we have lanes that we're all going to try and drive in sort of next to each other, especially because we're sitting in one set of verses for the next 3 weeks. Those verses come from Luke 15, verses 11 through 32, and it's the story of the prodigal son. And it's a story that's very familiar to all of us, I think, but wow, this is just going to be incredible stuff. And the resources are, well, a little mind-blowing, I'll be honest. It's been so much fun to put together the outline, and so let's talk through it a little bit. Our week for You Matter Forever is really sitting in the story of the younger son. And so it's verses 11 through 32. That's our focus. And you'll notice that I included a draft of the sermon notes at the top of the outline. That's always to give you a place to come back to. Sometimes I know as I'm writing or thinking through, I want you to always come back to the big point for the day. But sometimes if I need to just step out a little bit further, the sermon notes can really provide you sort of that macro view, and then your day is really the micro view for where you need to go. So I'll do the weekend recap, that paragraph that's going to open up the Living It Out and sort of introduce the new format, so no need to worry about that. And then you'll notice on Monday, we're starting with the if-then statements. That's really that point 1 about reasoning. And you'll notice that I've included the tension and then also the context. The reason that I did context this time is because, again, we sort of have these lanes that we're driving in because we are sitting in these same verses. And so on Monday, if you're doing Monday, I wanted you to set historical context because that is the place to do it. And then you'll notice that on Tuesday, I'm asking you to come out and look at the setup for the verses, what's happening in Luke beforehand. I did that for this one in particular just because, again, we're driving in very similar lanes, and I just didn't want us to cross over those lines. I won't always give the context like that. As I committed to you at the training, I've really tried to identify the tension in each day, and so you'll notice that. So look at how Monday sits with verses 11 through 13. Tuesday then unpacks 14 through 17. Wednesday, we take a little bit of a departure and go into Psalms so that we can make the point of to whom do I belong? That's really the question of the younger brother and this series You Matter. And then Thursday, we come back to Luke 15:20. Yes, it's just one verse, and we're even really going to sit in that phrase of so he returned home to his father. We'll get to the father next week with that team, but you'll notice again that I set the tension. I said see big point for Thursday, and then I tried to also give you a little bit of focus on context. Friday sort of does an overview again and pulls out a little bit to the bigger view, and I just wanted to point out that reviewing the whole outline can really help you, particularly because we're sitting so close together. So the more that you can see how this unpacks through the week and where your specific piece is, the better. All right, so that's all I have. You'll have to give me feedback. Let me know if the video helps. I'll probably try it for this series and then get some feedback from the teams. Again, it's so great serving with you. I feel like that phrase that I included in the email was really how I feel about it. So it's our best for his glory, and look forward to seeing what God does. Thanks.